Hi everyone, what is up? It's been a while since we've last streamed, I think like a month or two ago. I had to mess around with this new feature on YouTube streaming, a few times. I didn't even schedule it this time, and then press the stream, live stream here. Now we're live streaming. So I think it's been like a month or two since I last streamed, and since then, I've done the formats of C, the programming in general. Wrote some code. The code was really fun. Made some projects and stuff like that. CLI application stuff. And yeah, also the learning skills teaching how the computers work. Yeah, because I say slowly, learning C teaches you how computers work, right? Lets you know how computers work, right? And also, just yesterday, I've also I begin to learn HTML. I've been on to learn Verilog. I wrote my first module, Hangate. I viewed output was successful for my Verilog. Completion was successful. So the output in Verilog. And I just saw its waveform in GTK Wave. And now I'm also, by the way, to be able to get for live streaming and think of videos or be able to get hardware encoding for it, I literally have to run OBS with the verbose flag on the terminal to get it working. But now since we've done that, now we can go stream. So to see me here, hey guys, what's up? So now what we're gonna do is check. So output here is 720p. I just wanna. By the way, I'm gonna share this as well. So check screens. Now we can go stream. Excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna go share this so I can go and get some views. Is that actually still check? Because I don't know how many introductions. 20p. No, excellent. That's good. I just wanna. By the way, I'm gonna share this as well. So check screens. Now we can go stream. Excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna go share this so I can go and get some views. Share. Is that actually still? We go ping my friend. How many introductions? 20p. No, excellent. That's good. I just wanna. By the way, I'm gonna share this as well. Now we can go stream. Excellent. I'm gonna go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go share this so I can go and get some views. I want to ping everyone that doesn't share. Go stream. Erased. We go ping my friend. How many introductions? 20p. No, excellent. That's good. I just wanna. By the way, I'm gonna share this as well. Now we can go stream. I want to send you videos. I just want to see first. I'm gonna go stream. Yeah, so I'm gonna go share this so I can go and get some views. I want to ping everyone that doesn't share. Go stream. Erased. Okay, ping my friend. How many introductions? No, excellent. That's good. I just wanna. Okay, I want to do one more thing I can use here. I don't know if that's me, but it is what it is. One concurrent view. So I want to, before I start the stream, I'm going to make sure I can output 1080p, right? Unless I'm already doing it. Okay. That seems to be good. That seems to be perfect. Good quality. Over here, okay. I don't know how I can get 30 people. I guess the sacrifice have to make the life. Oh, does this do anything here? So did I actually make a default? That's good. But actually, default is my webcam. So why is it not? Well, I think this is like raw uncompressed video, like a video equivalent to PCM for audio. But I don't know which one is the best. I just think it's a motion JPEG right now, to be honest. Resolution. Is this what is affecting it? Leave unchanged. I don't know if it should be touching this. I won't risk it here. Okay, I'll just go back to the stream. Okay. I'll leave some maybe there's what I can do. So I do want to check if I'm still streaming. I don't know if it should be touching this. I won't risk it here. I'm gonna do a refresh just to see if it's still working. Okay, I'll just go back to the stream. Okay, I'll leave some text with me because you know what I can do. Okay, so now we are going to watch this. By the way, I've been using this to basically help me to figure out my image streaming issue. I just put me on my schedule and everything. That's how I was able to watch my stream. So now we are going to watch some of this. You know who Ali Kisonen is? This guy who investigates the most fucked up shit, like most morbid stuff. It's really ugly introduction, right? So look at all that blood. It's like,
I'm serious when I say this. If you have claustrophobia, this story itself might be enough to trigger an anxiety attack, so you probably should just close this video and scroll. This is a very simple 2-image slideshow. The first image shows a woman by the name of Jacqueline Kodarak, and the second image shows a chimney that has been completely torn apart and dismantled. This horrifying story took place back in August of 2010 when Jacqueline showed up to her boyfriend Moody's house uninvited and unannounced. From what it sounds like, William and Jacqueline were not doing well in their relationship at that time. When she showed up, William left. He did not want to deal with her, but Jacqueline insisted on attempting to break into his house. First, she tried to use a shovel, but when that didn't work, she went up to the roof and saw the chimney. Jacqueline likely noticed that the chimney was just wide enough for her to fit in, so she came up with the idea of sliding down the chimney, kind of like Santa Claus, and she thought this would lead her directly in to the house. Jacqueline, though, had no idea that chimneys do not remain the same size all the way down. They actually narrow at the bottom. So she put her arms up above her head, but when she got down to the bottom, realizing she was stuck, she was unable to move. Jacqueline, of course, attempted to cry for help, but nobody could hear her because her lungs were compressed so much she couldn't breathe. Jacqueline did end up passing away inside of the chimney.
What do you expect? Dude, what the fuck do you expect? I think almost everybody knows that when you're gonna go down a chimney at some point, when you go down more deeper in some level, it's gonna be much more thinner, you know, and compressed. Your body's gonna choke, you're gonna be stuck. I don't know who gets this. I'm not even be surprised in the way they got that bad. Like, I'm sorry if you're in the way, like you're being up. It's just fuck, man.
Nobody knew where she was. William came home and resumed life as usual. That is until a house sitter that came over to William's house while he was out of town noticed a smell coming from the fireplace, and that is when they found her. It took about 5 hours for the chimney to be demolished and for her to be removed. Obviously, this was very, very traumatic for William, and the whole story itself is just insane. Honestly, to me, sounds like one of the worst ways to go. Hopefully nobody watching this is planning on going down a chimney at some point, like doing a Santa Claus surprise for...
This is one of the best lessons you can fucking give to the people watching this. We need people like this guy.
For your kids this year or something, don't do it. You're going to get stuck. As always, let me know what you guys think about this. Drop a comment. Let me know what you want to see next.
Kids, listen to this guy. Do not do it. It's just, you're going to be dead, bro.
Next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Peace out.
Suzanne Eaton was a 59-year-old American scientist who was working as a professor of molecular biology in Dresden.
I got watch it with you guys actually. Last time I watched was actually off stream. But I'll be happy to watch it with you if you want. So we're gonna watch a few of these videos. We're gonna be playing some games and showing you my rainbow. So yeah.
Germany. A big part of her job at this institute was to travel around the world and hold conferences on the latest developments in her field. In July of 2019, she traveled to the scenic Greek island of Crete for one of these conferences, not knowing that this was going to be her last, and that the person responsible for her end would be cut because of his videos on YouTube. The incident happened on July 2nd, when, after a conference, Suzanne spent time with her peers and played the public piano in the venue's lobby before saying her goodbyes and heading out to her hotel in the afternoon. Sadly, this was the last time anyone saw Suzanne alive. Her coworkers noticed her absence when she didn't show up for the second conference scheduled for 6 p.m. that evening. It wasn't like her to skip events out of the blue. Something wasn't right. A fact that became increasingly clear when over 24 hours passed without anyone hearing from her. So, on July 3rd, her colleagues called the police to check on her, hoping she was simply sick or something similar. However, when officers arrived at her hotel room, no one answered the door. They acquired a spare key from the hotel management and went inside, only to find the room completely empty and undisturbed. All of Suzanne's belongings were also still in the room. The only things missing were her running shoes and a set of exercise clothes. Those who knew her immediately understood what this meant. You see, in addition to her academic prowess and piano expertise, Suzanne was also an athlete at heart. She was a double black belt in Taekwondo, and despite her age, loved going on a run every day. Knowing this helped investigators narrow down what might have happened to her. Put simply, she likely went on a run soon after returning to her hotel on July 2nd, and something went wrong after that. She wasn't super familiar with the area, and to make matters worse, the weather was uncomfortably hot that afternoon. There was a strong possibility she collapsed from the heat or something else along those lines. After putting this together, the Crete police immediately dispatched a search and rescue team in the area surrounding her hotel and around popular running trails. Her
Are we still streaming? Let's check that. Still streaming. Excellent. Watching matches to me. Okay.
family even traveled to Crete and put a 50,000 euro reward for anyone who could help find Suzanne. Unfortunately, Suzanne was nowhere to be found. That is until 5 days later, she collapsed from the heat or something.
Excellent.
On July 8th, when two young men were exploring one of the abandoned World War II Nazi bunkers scattered across Crete. Around 200 meters in, one of them noticed a piece of burlap covering something on the ground. They picked it up from one end to see what was underneath. And what they found was the aftermath of one of the most horrific crimes in Crete's recent history. The burlap was covering the bloody remains of Suzanne Eaton. A later autopsy report discovered that Suzanne had several broken ribs, multiple fractures throughout her body, a missing ear, and much, much more. Whatever happened to her certainly was not an accident. The investigators began searching for clues, and fortunately it didn't take long for them to make their first...
This could be, I think it's highly plausible, possible, that this could be a deliberate attack by someone else.
Major breakthrough. A set of car tire tracks leading up to the entrance of the bunker. Analyzing these tracks allowed investigators to find the car responsible for transporting Suzanne's remains to that bunker. It belonged to 27-year-old Yanis Paraskakis, a local sheep farmer. But
Sounds like a Greek name, it must be a Greek city. Well, local sheep farmer.
when questioned, Yanis feigned ignorance and claimed that him driving through that area on that day was nothing more than a coincidence. He went as far as to say that he didn't even know about the existence of that bunker, a lie that would eventually lead to his arrest. You see, Yanis had a dream to become a successful YouTuber. He started a channel with his own name in 2012 and began posting videos. However, if you
That is some old shit.
go to his channel today, all you'll find are 3 videos of him performing an ancient Chinese martial art and meditation technique called Qigong. That's because a couple days before Suzanne's body was discovered, Yanis deleted every other video on his channel. And once authorities recovered some of these deleted videos, it became clear why. You see, most of these deleted videos involved Yanis exploring abandoned World War II bunkers, including the one where Suzanne's remains were discovered. This contradiction gave the authorities the go-ahead to formally arrest him on July 15. It also allowed them to investigate him further, and the evidence they discovered was overwhelming. As it turned out, the land where this bunker was located was owned by Yanis's family. Investigators also found traces of Suzanne's blood in his car's trunk. When confronted with this evidence, Yanis cracked and told the whole story. According to him, he saw Suzanne running down the road and something came over him. He hit her with his car twice before putting her in his car, driving to the bunker and ending her life there. He later changed his...
What is the reason or point behind it? Sorry, probably
story to where he was compelled to commit this crime by a demon. Unfortunately for him, the jury didn't buy this one bit and sentenced him
What superstitious shit is this, bro? There is no such a thing as demons, right? What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
to life in prison without the possibility of parole in 2020. Now, this should have been the end of Yanis' story.
Parole? You're gonna give this motherfucker parole? Nigga, I didn't just say that. YouTube's in the bad me.
But from what I've seen, there's more to his actions than just this one crime he was convicted of. The thing is, Yanis presented his vile act as a crime of opportunity, something he did completely out of nowhere. However, there's evidence to suggest that Yanis might be a full-blown serial killer. For instance, he was apparently detained by the police twice before, once for arson and once for animal cruelty, both of which are well-known early behaviors of serial killers. After
How fuck are you, man? What did the animals do, man? What did the animals do? Hey, let's see what the fuck did the animals do.
his arrest, several other women also came forward, testifying that he had tried to run them over with his car as well in the past. So,
Das ist keine Fake-Show,
Suzanne was more than likely not his first victim. However, the most solid evidence against Giannis is in one of the deleted videos he uploaded to YouTube. In it, we can see him showing some very human-looking bones scattered throughout the same bunker Suzanne was discovered in. These bones were never discovered by the authorities, suggesting they might have been removed by Giannis to hide evidence. But what makes this truly disturbing is what his friend says at one point in the same video. This roughly translates into, "Is this where you left that old guy?" Insinuating that Giannis had disposed of one of his previous victims in the same bunker before.
No way.
And if that is the case, one can only wonder how many other people Giannis has killed over the years.
This guy cannot be allowed to live prison the rest of his life. Life in prison.
Simply Manic 6075 was a YouTube channel owned and operated by 24-year-old Samantha Wolford. She lived in the small community of Monticello, Texas, with her husband Ernest Lee Ibarra, aka Ernie, and their 5 children. She usually made videos about her day-to-day life and other random topics. Her story began in 2008 when she was at the lowest point of her life. She'd recently become the single mother of a pair of twins and had no love interest in her life. That's when she met Ernie at a local tattoo shop, and the two hit it off right from the get-go, eventually getting in a relationship and starting a family together. In one of her videos, Samantha described the day she met Ernie as the happiest day of her life. Together, they were blessed with 3
It reminds you of this game when someone says that. It reminds you of this game. You know what? Last time I actually heard someone say that. It's fucking this motherfucker. Fucking last time I heard a girl say this. It was this girl, bro. This is not a very good sign. This is not a good sign. All right. This is not a good sign.
More children, including one more pair of twins. Raising 5 kids was a challenge, but Ernie made it work by taking a second job in pizza delivery. So while they had
actual career, dude. This is gonna be very hard.
Through tough times together, Samantha, Ernie, and their 5 children appeared to be the perfect loving family. However, while being a stay-at-home mother was all she could do at the time, Samantha still had a dream of becoming a famous actress one day.
I've always wanted to be an actress. I think it is so much fun. I've been extras in movies. I've had small parts in
Nice.
like short films. It is
Wow, okay.
so much fun, and it is so beautiful. It
Yeah, I'm
is
sure it is.
one of the most amazing forms of art ever to
I
be able to
agree with you.
express yourself that way. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing.
So, in October 2010, she created her YouTube channel and started posting videos, hoping to become a popular YouTuber and fulfill her dream on the internet instead. And
can see
things
that.
were going surprisingly okay in
She
the
actually
beginning.
predicted the future before it was being a career YouTuber was really a thing. It was very early in, you know. She predicted the future, but did something happen to her? Why is she in this video for?
Samantha would post new videos whenever she had
Okay.
something new to say.
Good.
And while
Good.
most of her videos struggled to get past 100 views at the time, the few viewers she
It was like
had
2010. Come on, guys.
were enough to keep her going.
Yeah,
But
that's
as time passed on, her passion for making videos turned into an obsession.
No,
She
it's
started
not-
spending
it's
more of her
always
time on making videos than her family, putting even more pressure on an already stressed out Ernie. Around 2014, she also started accusing Ernie of hurting her in her videos, hinting at just how bad their relationship was going. But then, after posting a seemingly random video in March of 2014, Samantha mysteriously vanished from the internet. Maybe she lost interest in YouTube or just wanted to focus on her
You know,
family.
A lot of times when people just vanish off YouTube or start making videos, it doesn't always automatically mean that we have to think of like the worst things or bad things happening, or horrible things happening. That is not how it always. A lot of times, just that they just quit. They just like, I don't know. They just, you know, for the most normal, like good reasons, like you know, the cultural reasons, like. It's like I'm not saying it's always that way, but like it's just like what a lot of people do. And it's like, dude, it isn't that deep all the time. We don't know what happens. It's like it might not even be that bad, right? We always try to make it look that bad when it happens. It's not always meant to be that way. It's not always like that. It's often the opposite, dude. It's like, I'm not saying, it's like, you know.
Again. No one knew exactly why she quit so abruptly.
People make this sound so controversial, dude. Like this guy. I'm not putting anything against the guy. I'm not doing a gotcha or anything, but like, you know what I mean, right?
Then, on the 20th of February 2015, viewers finally received the update they were waiting for. Unfortunately, it was far more tragic than anyone could have
Oh
imagined.
no.
It started with the
mind.
Texas police receiving a call from one of Samantha's aunts asking them to save her niece's life.
Cause County 911, what's your emergency?
Sure,
I have a
sure.
home invasion, my niece.
Her
She's still
niece's
alive?
life.
Cause County,
Receiving a call from one of Samantha's aunts asking them to save her niece's life.
Cause County 911, what's your emergency? I have a home invasion, my niece is tied up. I am at the verge of untying my niece at this particular moment. Okay, she's tied up. She is tied up and gagged. And gagged? Is that what you said? Ma'am. Is there anybody else there? Where are the kids? We have 5 small infants asleep.
Apparently, 3 masked men broke into their home in the middle of the night and attacked the couple while they were asleep. The intruders then tied Samantha in her bedroom and after hitting him with a gun a few times, kidnapped Ernie. Samantha somehow managed to get her ties loose enough to call a few times, kidnapped Ernie. Samantha somehow managed to get her ties loose enough to call her aunt, who then contacted the police after arriving at Samantha's home herself. By the time officers arrived, Samantha's aunt had set her free from the restraints. The kids were fortunately safe as well. However, what made this whole situation strange was that the intruders didn't take anything else from their home besides Ernie. And from the people who knew him personally, Ernie wasn't the type of guy to make enemies with dangerous people. Put simply, investigators sensed something fishy with the whole situation. But all that paled in comparison to the main objective, which was to save Ernie as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Samantha didn't know anything that could give investigators their first clue.
Okay, so she actually survived window.
With no other option, the officers took Samantha to the station for further questioning, hoping to
Is she behind this? She connected to the kidnappers?
extract any useful information they could from her. But what none of them expected was that Samantha would change up her story completely after entering the interrogation room. Where before she didn't know anything about the assailants, now she had the name of a potential suspect, John Rebel. As Samantha's story goes, she was talking to her friend about Ernie's supposed attacks on Samantha, when suddenly a man with the pseudonym John Rebel overheard their conversation and started talking about how a man shouldn't treat a woman that way and that he was going to handle the situation. Well, as it turned out, the name John Rebel actually belonged to someone, a man named Jonathan Sanford. The police found and arrested John not long after Samantha gave out his name, right alongside his 2 accomplices, Jose Ponce and Octavius Rhymes. Surprisingly, Jonathan put up little to no resistance and immediately confessed to kidnapping Ernie. He also confirmed the worst possible outcome, that by the time the police got involved, Ernie was already dead. The 3 took him to a secluded forest and executed him with 1 shot to the back of his head. However, even after learning all this, one question remained. Why? Why would 3 men who didn't even know Ernie kidnap him from his home like that? Every answer to this question pointed back to Samantha, who kept denying any involvement. Even if the investigators ignored her suddenly remembering the perpetrator's name, there were several other suspicious aspects to her story. Like, how was she able to untie herself enough to call her aunt? Why didn't any of her neighbors hear the break-in? And why were the kids all sleeping in the same room, when usually they're scattered throughout the house? It wasn't long before investigators uncovered undeniable evidence of her direct involvement. This included
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
instruction messages she sent to Octavius when the officers were trying to call Ernie's phone, which he had on him. These read, "Kill his phone, shut that down, ditch phone, move." There was no
She is even worse than a fucking... Bro. She's even worse than like her. She is fucking worse than her. She actually wants to kill him, dude. Instead of kidnapping him. Force managing him or
No
something.
doubt about it at this point. Samantha was in colluding with her husband's killers. And as the investigation went on, the real story came out as well. Samantha had apparently become addicted to the idea of becoming a famous YouTuber, and her neglect of the kids became a constant source of fighting between the
That's not
couple.
good. Samantha,
But
fuck
instead
you.
of resolving the issue like a responsible adult, Samantha colluded with her friend's boyfriend to hatch a cartoonishly evil scheme to get rid of Ernie.
Cartoonishly evil
They
scheme?
first wanted to plant hard drugs in his car and get him arrested, but later made the heartless decision that taking his life would be much easier. There's also a chance that Samantha went with the murder plan because it would have brought her more attention on YouTube. She was eventually sentenced to 149 years in prison for killing her own husband, leaving her 5 children
Stay in prison,
completely
bitch.
orphaned
You
in the
don't want to see it,
process.
basically. You can't be trusted in society or family.
Diana Lovejoy was a successful technical writer living in the town of Carlsbad,
What
California
is a
with her
technical writer? Technical drawer. We don't have a money. Okay. Technical writer. A technical writer is a professional communicator whose task is to convey complex information. I just did this in my last video. No way. That is honestly cool. I am a technical speaker.
Their
I
husband,
write it,
Greg
I also
Volpe.
wrote the. I also wrote my. Because I also wrote the. What is it? Because I also wrote the script for the video as well. So yeah, I'm also a technical writer.
the hill. However, while her corporate job paid the bills, Diana's true passion was becoming a triathlon athlete and documenting her journey on video, resulting in her eventually starting her own fitness blog called Lovejoy Fitness and a YouTube channel by the name of Heavy DJ. She started this channel all the way back in 2008 and over the years used it to document various parts of her life. From meeting her parents after a long time to going scuba diving with her husband. At one point
I
she...
watched all these scuba diving videos of this guy, man. Just, I could react to them, they're just fucked. You need warning before you watch them, just before we watch them, just fucked up, man.
even tried to become a cooking show host of sorts.
You should put me shows.
Doesn't that smell nice?
Unfortunately, her channel never really took off, forcing her to eventually cut her
I mean, look,
losses and
this is like in the early 2010s. It's pretty long.
move on with her life in March of 2012. Or at least that's what it looked like from the outside. In reality, Diana's reason for abandoning her YouTube channel was kind of wholesome. You see, Diana and Greg had been trying for a baby for years by this point. Tragically, Diana had suffered 8 different miscarriages and was quickly
I feel
losing
bad for her,
hope.
not gonna lie.
But then, in September of 2012, the two were blessed with a perfectly healthy baby boy, marking an end to their struggle. However, what should have been a moment of celebration started a downward spiral of lies and betrayals, eventually culminating in an assassination attempt.
What?
Things started going downhill when just a few months after the birth of their son, Greg lost his job, leaving Diana as the sole breadwinner. The stress of the previous miscarriages, combined with the crushing weight of having to support a family in a
Imagine losing 8 babies to miscarriages, and then your husband loses his job, and you're not working a job as a wife. I'm honestly sorry. Sorry for you guys.
extremely expensive city all on her own spelled disaster for their marriage.
Okay.
It wasn't long before the two were constantly fighting with each other. Things escalated even further on July 9, 2014, when Greg returned home only to see a police officer waiting for him at the door. The officer explained that Greg wasn't allowed to enter his own home because, as it turned out, Diana had accused him of attacking both her and their son. What followed was a nearly 2-year-long divorce mediation, during which the investigators found no evidence supporting Diana's accusations, allowing Greg to get a 50-50 custody of their son.
No, that's fair
Diana
enough.
was also
Love you,
ordered to
Greg.
pay
Love you, Cole.
$120,000 as a part of their divorce settlement in late 2015. But before the divorce could be finalized, Greg received a phone call from an anonymous number that changed everything. The voice on the other end claimed to be a private investigator Diana had hired recently. And according to this investigator, he already had solid proof of the attack claims Diana had made against Greg. But for some unknown reason, he wanted
He has aged so much. How many years has been since that photo?
to help Greg win the case, so he claimed to have left the documents taped to a power pole located on a small hiking trail near Greg's home.
Oh, yeah,
Greg
that's
naturally
awesome.
found this whole thing pretty suspicious and decided to take one of his friends with him to the
Greg?
pole on the night of
Greg?
September 4th,
Detective
2016.
Greg.
Sadly, despite his suspicions, he failed to grasp the true intentions of the strangely helpful private detective.
Hello, this is 911.
Yeah. My friend has just been shot.
Do you know who shot him?
There's
Whoa,
a guy
that's
going
crazy.
down like a sniper.
A sniper? Did you see him at all?
Briefly, we saw the gun, and he
Is
shot
she behind this, guys? Comment below if you're actually watching right now. Right? Click on it.
us like 6 or 7 times.
When Greg reached the
Let me go look at
pole,
chat. Let me just go. Actually, I'm gonna keep this open so I can see everything. Studio. Let me just go type this in there later on too. Okay. StudioYouTube.com. Excellent. Why don't we know? Discord if you know people. Good, we had some It's not bad. Okay. You know, confront you. This is good. Because I'm fucking fiddling with this thing over here. Look, I'm doing the wrong thing in my mind. That's what I'm trying. Okay.
A sniper opened fire on him, shooting him clean through the chest. Fortunately, the bullet missed his heart by mere inches, giving him a second chance at life. By the time the police arrived, the shooter had already fled the crime scene. But a quick survey of the area allowed the investigators to uncover a pair of towels the shooter left behind. Running a DNA test on these towels led to a man named Weldon McDavid, Diana's shooting instructor. Weldon tried to deny any involvement at first, but the evidence against him was overwhelming. As after a thorough search, investigators were able to find another set of the same towels at Diana's place as well. They had also received CCTV footage of Diana buying the burner phone Weldon later used to lure Greg into the secluded area. Most importantly, investigators also found the gun Weldon used on Greg, hidden in the rafters of his garage. By this point, it was clear that Diana was the one who wanted to get rid of Greg, likely to avoid paying the divorce settlement and keep full custody of her son. Diana and Weldon were arrested for the attempted assassination on Greg Mulvihill and tried for their crimes in November 2017. Both were found guilty, with Diana sentenced to 26 years to life and Weldon to a harsher 50 years to life. The only silver lining in this entire case is that Greg was able to make a full recovery and is now living with his son.
W. Greg.
The Gunnar Runar 87 channel on YouTube seems oddly wholesome at first glance. It's owned by an Icelandic boy named Gunnar Runar Sigthorsson and contains a single 3.5-minute video of him confessing his feelings to the girl he loves. The title translates to English as My Confession to Hildur. In it, he says things like,
Hún án efa sérstakasta manneskja sem ég nokkuð tímann hef.
Speaking Icelandic, bro.
Ég verð svo
But did he actually beat
ótrúlega glaður bara að vera nálægt henni. Það þarf ekki meira. Og þetta er ætlað þér því að ég held sig orðinn ástfanginn með þér.
However, this seemingly heartfelt love letter turned out to be the key to solving one of the most horrific crimes in recent Icelandic history. And it all led back to Gunnar and the troubled life he had as a child. You see, Gunnar didn't have a mother growing up, resulting in him getting extremely close with his father. However, on the night of September 20th, 1996, when Gunnar was just 9 years old, his father decided to end it all using a gun. What made this already messed up situation even worse was the fact that Gunnar was in the room with his father and witnessed everything. Unsurprisingly, this took a heavy toll on Gunnar's mental health. He withdrew from the world and refused to accept his father's death as reality. Everything seemed hopeless for Gunnar. That is until primary school, when he met a girl named Hildur and instantly became infatuated with her. He'd admired her throughout school and into adulthood, but never found the courage to make a move, fearing he'd lose his only close friend. However, things changed in 2009 when Hildur got engaged to a man named Hannes. This gave Gunnar the push to do something about his feelings. But given his shy personality, he still couldn't confront Hildur directly. So, in March of 2009, he created a YouTube channel and uploaded his confession on there. Hildur never reciprocated his feelings, but the two remained friends. Even Hannes, Hildur's now husband, didn't seem to mind Gunnar's company, something he likely regretted deeply just a year later. It all went down on the 14th of August 2010. Hildur was invited to a party that Gunnar was attending as well. But things got a bit out of hand, and Hildur ended up drinking too much and passing out. Given their closeness, the task of getting her home safely was handed to Gunnar. But instead of dropping her off at Hannes' house like he should have, Gunnar took her to his own home. By the time Hildur woke up, it was already morning. She was understandably furious with Gunnar and immediately called one of her friends to...
You weren't even able to go home by yourself, dude. He literally kept you safe from being fucked up outside by other people, dude.
Drive her home. But nothing could have prepared Hildur for the horrific scene she witnessed on the other side of her front door. Her husband Hannes was lying on the top of the staircase near their bedroom, submerged in a pool of his own blood. She ran outside and called the authorities. Sadly, it was already too late. Hannes had received over 20 stab wounds on his body, from his arms and legs to the back of his neck, and was long dead by the time Hildur found him. Given his condition, his death was ruled a homicide, and investigators wasted no time in looking for the killer. And while they initially suspected one of his business rivals of committing this horrific crime, it didn't take long for investigators to find Gunnar's video confession to Hildur and bring him in for questioning. Gunnar denied knowing anything about it and was eventually let go due to lack of evidence. Fortunately, not all hope was lost, because not long after that, investigators found a bloody shoe print next to Hannes' bed. Looking deeper into this print revealed that it belonged to a pair of limited edition Adidas shoes. At the time, there were only 18 of these specific shoes in all of Iceland. And Gunnar just so happened to own one of these pairs. This was enough evidence to detain him once again. This also gave investigators the authority to do a thorough search of his belongings, resulting in them finding residue of Hannes' blood on his shoes, as well as in his car. Once presented with this evidence, Gunnar confessed to the murder. He also revealed that he'd been planning it for months, and even shoplifted the items he intended to use to avoid purchase records linking back to him. And while he didn't admit to it, Hilda also suspected him of spiking her drink that night, since she usually never passed out like that. After committing the crime, he also drove to a nearby pier and dumped items used in the crime into the sea to get rid of any evidence. It was a well thought out plan, since he was only caught because the garbage bag he used to hide his shoe prints tore open as he walked. As for his motive, it was just as everyone had expected, with him making it clear during the investigation, stating, "I loved Hilda. She was supposed to be with me. She was not supposed to be with him." Surprisingly, he was found not guilty during his first trial on March 1, 2011 by reason of insanity stemming from his messed up childhood. However, the prosecution argued that he was fully aware of his actions and escalated the case to the Supreme Court of Iceland. Gunnar was found guilty on this second trial and was sentenced to 16 years in prison. This was already
He fucking killed a guy. Premeditated. This guy should be life in prison. He should not be released into society. Cannot be trusted. Anyone does that cannot be trusted.
lenient given the
Life in prison, no problem. Cannot be left out of prison for a reason.
brutality of his crime, yet he ended up serving only half of that sentence as well.
Gunnar,
He was released under supervision in July 2019 and now
You're
works
not
at a
released
local
the
warehouse.
guy. Oh my god. Stupid. We're gonna play some games now. Okay. We'll watch this after this possibly now. I want to see. I'm gonna watch Steven's watching. I'm watching it. Okay. We are going to play some F-Zero. Ladies and gentlemen! Let's do this. Oh wait, let's fucking do this. Captain Falcon, bro. Maybe I'm jacking the switch up. Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Hello, Houston. It's Besides talking about my I know, I just think the thing I wanted to say. The trailer wasn't alright. What's the control of that? Sorry guys. Let's go! It took me one day to try this is actually it's fun game, but you couldn't do it actually. It's really not fast. I might be all free. I wonder if I could take it some closer more comfortably up there. It's like the launch Overall, this combat Szans lepiej moje wystąpienie. Let's see if the controller. I don't think the controller's in the unfortunately. Final Masters Octopus Multiplex. Very controversial, people don't like it a lot, but in the rating, this is actually a question. I went to the second person fucking 23 place. Now I might go back to welcome to I was almost in this the vendors should actually make a different Like this hit. Look at speed I feel like let's go. Next couple. Next couple. It is like this like Mario Kart where you don't know if it's probably was like the same. The stages and everything. Well, not much in the first one. Both. It's like zero.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you. Saving for the virtual memory card.
You can use machine Blue Falcon.
We'll play the finish for all once here, so leverage like Captain Falcon. Sapphire Cup, standard class, and F-Zero logo here. The blue crystal. The first time put the by the way, the first thing is coming to top of the this shotgun, it's really annoying.
Of course. Retire.
Let's go for redemption.
3, 2, 1.
see if I can make this. Good. Right. Oh, I don't want it. Yeah, but it was Oh, I see the new strategy. The best AI that we used to be honest. We sound good. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Almost there. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't. Come on, Captain Falcon! Finish it together, this market is crazy. That's amazing. Which is Baby Ben Ben. Almost que falta that, so I'll leave my computer. That looks like my fucking pants is annoying, dude. So itchy.
California
What is
with
a
her
technical writer? Technical. Bro, we don't have money. Okay. Technical writer. A technical writer is a professional communicator whose task is to convey complex information. Oh, we're still live streaming. Okay, thanks a lot. Bro, we don't have money. We're still live streaming. Professional communicator whose task is to convey complex information. Oh, we're still live streaming. I'll show you. Okay, thanks a lot. I'm paying more attention. I could have actually done better. Which was very much good. We don't have money. We're still live streaming. Do better than that. Okay, that's way better than that trick. No, a professional communicator whose task is to convey complex information. So I'm sure one more thing. So yesterday I wrote my first very long module. So we're probably that B is just the very long platform. And actually it's useful, not just like the actual modules, you could also like the, but what do you call it again? I'll make one share what I mean, like. This is how it began last night. Basically, hello, I grew up learning electronic and electrical engineering. I have a grasp and understanding of digital logic, fundamentals, which mean a fundamental concept of high level number one, how to use it, to have a done comments. So it's the fundamental command I want for the word is my name, so I could word of I really like digital logic. The thing about word the tool that translates your hardware description of history code to exclamation file. Here is a step-by-step guide to writing, compiling, explaining visual design. It says, step 1, install tools on Linux. Before running code, ensure you have the compiler everything you already installed. Okay, there's some little, this, security updates, so you can install either other critical way, because what do you do in both? Previous way to install, update and install goes on distro. And then, step 2, write the hardware design. So step 2, write the hardware design file. In Verilog, we describe digital circuits and structural. In Verilog, we describe digital circuits and structural block. In Verilog, we describe digital circuits and structural blocks called modules. Let's build a simple 2-input AND gate. Will not be simple. The generator I just showed you. Here's B. Index is not going to be. Then type the following code. So I understand this module is a simple module. For the AND gate module, and then put YA, put YB, YY. So what I assume we're doing here is that we are, like, I'm going to show you. So basically, what I assume we're doing for our intuition is that, like, let me show you this. So basically, we are describing the input, the input wiring for this module, right? That we're creating, right? And then, like, where is it again? And then here we are just continuous assignment to what you call it. So basically what we're doing here that we are describing the actual module itself, like the actual function of the actual internals of it, right? And since HDL, VHDL stands for, using Verilog by the way, stands for hardware description language. And a hardware description language is basically a language for describing hardware, like electrical, electronic hardware, and a much higher abstraction. So because how do you think modern CPUs are, based on one reason right now, is designed for the last 40 years, right? Since the Motorola 16K. So a modern CPU has millions to billions of transistors that make all the AND gates, make all the high voltage of the CPU, right? So humans, electronic engineers, hardware designers, they cannot destroy it anymore. It's impossible to destroy a manual of them, right? Even physically destroy it as well. Well, I think it's 50 years ago, I don't know. But so basically manages past like 1,000 transistors, a few thousand resistors. They do the HDL, which basically, instead of, for example, let me show you something here. So, alright, so excited here. So you can, if you want to, actually define transistors in drain, it says, okay, this is a MOSFET. Okay. Because if it was a BJT, it would say base emitter, source, and base. But it is MOSFET here. And most, I think it's NPN. We can do that. But if we were to we actually start from the AND gate here, the whole thing here. Of course, we want to end the module that we make here, plus the wiring, the behavior, the circuitry here. We actually, internally we call it, actually put a module here, right? So HDMI Verilog is very easy to understand it. And if you actually have electrical and natural energy background, this becomes very easy. And digital logic on those, it becomes very easy. Anyway, when it's still very easy, you can figure out very quickly. And we start from gates, and from gates we can build them together to make bigger gates like into MUX, NOR gates, LAN gates, and then to switch logic, FSMs, all the way to ALUs, and all the way to CPU, all like that. Which we call a managed ratio of running in the circuit. So that's why I have that. So let me just close this. It's very interesting. What's this? And then again, of course, it's simple enough to go wide. I made some. I think I made a NAND gate when I was in two transistors. I'm not trying to have experience in this. So what does an AND gate do? So an AND gate, basically, AND gate 1 is built with two push buttons. When a button is pressed, current flows a positive variable around to the base of the input pressed. The input is off in the picture, the input is being pushed up, inputs are off. In order for input to be on both buttons, it will be pressed down at the same time, whereby the release input out. So, depending on the gate, when you put it off around zeros and ones here, combination of A and B, the output can be different. I don't know how I'm going to set it up. I knew about it before, I just go to back, go to revise this, but you can watch this video together.
Hello, my smart and talented friends, and welcome to the Global Science Network. Today we're going to be talking about digital logic gates, and I'm actually going to show you how to build an AND gate, NAND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, exclusive OR gate, and exclusive NOR gate. In addition to these circuits, I am going to show you how a transistor works as a switch, how to build an inverter, this circuit just, and exclusive NOR gate. In addition to these circuits, I am going to show you how a transistor works, OR gate, NOR gate, exclusive OR gate, and exclusive NOR gate. In addition to these circuits, I am going to show you how a transistor works as a switch, how to build an inverter. This circuit just shows that a switch and an inverter are
that's really interesting. Yeah.
Opposites of each other, and this one is how to build a buffer. If you stick with me until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to implement AND gates using integrated circuits. This is actually really easy to do, but a lot of people do it wrong, so this is something I wanted to show you. There's actually more than one way to implement each type of logic gate.
I'll let the guys go. I'll give an option so the guys can go. Don't waste the time against it.
For example, I'm going to show you 5 different ways to build an AND gate, 4 different ways to build an OR gate, and 4 different ways to build an exclusive OR gate. And it's important to understand how to build all the different types of logic gates so that you pick.
Last thing I would say is you can also do all of this with electronics as well, digital electronics, normal Verilog as well.
The best one whenever you're building more complex circuits. For example, in our next videos, we'll be talking about how to build a full adder, how to build a 4-bit calculator using individual transistors, how to turn this 4-bit calculator into a 4-bit computer. And then from there, we'll be talking about more advanced computational methods such as analog computing, neural networks, and we'll be working our way towards creating non-biological human consciousness. At the Global Science Network, we focus on 3 main projects. First, solving the world's energy problems with a novel renewable energy technology. Second, solving unified field theory.
Okay.
And third, creating non-biological human consciousness.
Wow.
If this sounds like something that you would be interested in working on, check out our website, gsnetwork.com, subscribe to our email list there, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here are all the logic gates and the names of all the logic gates. This way, if you have a question, you can refer to the logic gate by name. For reference, here are the names and symbols of each type of logic gate. And what you'll notice is this column is basically the inverted.
Question. I think I'm wrong about this. I just want to check. Yes, an inverter. Yes, an inverter NOT gate flips. Yes, an inverter NOT gate flips a discrete inputs at directly the opposite value. Visual logic is video logic sense. If the input is 1 high. We could do this. I think this is like all of these here. There's a very like just individual gates that are small enough to do like in a minute or less and very long. You know, so a little less than that, you know. Something really helpful I can do, so. Yeah, so basically, in Verilog, you are basically writing and describing electronics and electrical circuits, right? So that basically means everything that you write, because you're writing a circuit, right? You're writing a circuit, you know, so in the schematics, we write bigger things with transistors than you know in there, so you can imagine you can actually do it, right? That's why we have components of billions of transistors. Like, because we can't draw them many, and we can't draw that much transistor per thousand, right? So, because of that, everything you write in the circuits is running in the circuit, electronic circuits. It's running parallelly, right? All at the same time, like, you know, imagine, I don't know, let's look at the digital circuit here. Circuit schematic. So, let me find it here. This looks like an amplifier. This is the amplifier and the MOSFET. So, if we're gonna, I'll show you here. So, you know, this is a specifically an electronic circuit, right? So basically, if you understand the physics works, one of us are trying to understand to learn. So this is the positive end, the voltage, and this is the ground. So basically, when the electron current flows through here, it all flows instantly at the speed of light. I think the speed of light, you know, at the same time, right? Concurrently all run parallel. Well, when you build electronic device like a CPU to run software, it all runs sequentially. So like imagine I assume like let's go and sorry. So like so for example, digital logic abstraction. This is turned into down here, is scanned into as a 0 to 1. Off/on, low voltage / high voltage. So if we're into the digital logic abstraction we're making in digital logic circuits, it maps this specific voltage to be 0 to be off, into low voltage, maps 4.5 volts here, this voltage to be 1, it to be on, and to be high voltage, right? So, and this is basically how the software is running. In reality, this is basically do the abstraction. Circuit switching and rewiring like today's FPGAs when flashed with HDL files, specific HDL files, and the earliest digital computers like ENIAC, which had to be physically rewired. HDL files. Apologies. Apologies. Okay. Just read this again, bro. Excellent. Okay. We'll close this. We need to close this. So I'll explain that now. I'll give it a quick one. So we could do someone very long on screen. And we can start doing it, so then we'll go 10 minutes of it. I'll read that stream anyway. Views. Okay. We have been streaming for 1 hour. Are we still live? Okay, so 1 hour. That's good. This is good. So 1 hour, 40 minutes. Okay. That one, okay. So yeah. I'm gonna do intuition very low, okay, guys. This is gonna be some new trick here. So do as inverter. I might have to see. Okay, nano inverter dot v module inverter. I'm typing too fast. And then I can do inverter gate. They do use it for energy. The same wiring of this one, and then, but the API has to be a bit different here, which I will figure it out. I assume the output is C here. I need help. Unless it doesn't need to get up processing, because it's a variable like C. Okay, assign Y, this is for AND gate. We are going to write the AND module. And then over here. There's 3 different abstraction levels based on the background. Behavioral like C code, metaphysical logic, structural like physical semantic. I like this one because I have a heritage. 5 roots, This approach uses a procedural block programming. It does a simulator. Whenever the input changes, update the output to opposite value. Whenever the input changes, update the output to opposite value. Oh, it's a higher abstraction level. I need more. I'm gonna share this code as well. Okay. I need to look at your real story in the video. Two data types. White orange. Free introduction. What's like the high things? Put one in one. Oh, this is both. I want to find like the. I'm gonna ask the question actually, please. Now this is the behavior. This is the internal switch. Exactly what I was thinking of. Exactly what I was thinking of, like how like you know what do you call it? Similar how this looks like somewhere here from here. Looks similar to that one. It's a bit different. Try to figure out. Let me over here we do this. So. This drives the physical output trace. This drives the physical output trace. This drives the physical output trace. Oh, so y equals opposite A. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Is it Phoenix in software? That's crazy. So is yes. Yes, you call that. That square symbol is the bitwise not upon your grammar. It flips every single bit of symbol with exact opposite value. It works another minute is the grammar language. That's cool. It works with this square operating with the grammar. So cool. So cool. Is there a good book or tutorial or resource? It's a resource. FPGA price support. However, giving you several ratings of FPGA why it's perfect. How it works. It presents a brief visual logic concept. Once you write the Vera code directly in the browser, how's everything here? See, let's see. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, there's like a tutorial we can do here, yeah? Oh, this is a total different thing. I'm very proud of myself, but I don't want to get to myself. I want to learn how to compile. Okay. Teach me how I compile my modules in Verilog. Tell me so I'll ask it again. Oh, pizza. Thanks, Mark. Cheers.
Did you make the videos? What happened?
Yeah, I'll put one Insta right
Did you
now.
post them? You have to
I showed you on my phone.
No, only one?
I'm currently live streaming, but that's my second video. I'm currently live streaming. I do like 3 every day or something, no, 2 every day. What else fucking look? Bro. Yeah, I think comment better. You will need 2,000 vertical hole from the test bench for So I found that test bench is basically like told me it's kind of like a breadboard. That's what it's asking definition bro, toenails. So it's kind of like a breadboard. Kind of like where you plug everything in basically. It was last night, I forgot, it was just very tired. Well, not that time, I mean, kind of, you know what I mean, like, that's what his inputs. Yeah, because you need like a breadboard. So here's the exact code I'm going to commence compile. Step 1, correct the input file. Yeah, we did this already, yep, we did that. Step 2, create the test bench file. Create test bench file, then we go to TB. Go to test bench. Paste system, let's create that something. Paste, let's do this. Paste system, let's create that. Paste system, let's create the top input. I'm going to read this here and learn it slowly. So, it's comment earlier, test bench shall be, time scale, 1 and this is 1 place, defining the edits. I forgot what the edits in PSP, I forgot from yesterday. Module in data, test bench, reg, TA, virtual toggle switch input, like a switch in the breadboard connected to that. So to switch off and off the inverter gate we have plugged in here, YTY virtual probe takes an output, okay, probe so you can measure the JQ has an output. Connect the inverter chip pins to the test bench variables. Inverter gate dot where's here. This will begin. Money symbol dump inverter simulation to BCD. Money symbol dump this is TA equals 0. This case is TA equals 0. What is it? Finish I think it should explain that to me. But now we're gonna step 3 compile and terminal. Run these 3 commands to compile something I launched to viewer. 1. Compile both files together. iverilog -o inverter sim with a b inverter tv.b. iverilog -output inverter sim inverter.b inverter tv. Okay, go to file. I assume I cannot do this. Here's the thing. There is import declarations. There is import declarations. There is import declaration. There is import declaration. I am confused. I don't know what to do here. I'm probably gonna share this thing so you guys what is wrong. Yeah, also it's very last item included. Also the very last item before this was 100. Also the very last. Also the very last item before this was 100. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Only to end the last. I guess only to. Oh no, this is like. Imagine the module, and this is like segments in C, right? It's similar, like events of C, right? So that's a module, and then the end of that is this, and then which one is that? Okay. And then, can I close it? And then, yeah, and then so I guess only exception here, it doesn't need that, so you don't really need that. But in here, it will comment in there. Makes sense. That makes sense now. Okay. I understand. And it's ended here, I don't think we have a while. But that one doesn't, so. Alright. That, excellent. Now let's see if we can compile both the suspension and the file. Okay, how do we run this exactly? I don't know how we run this. Compilable files, compilable files together. Yeah. This case of machine might review this. So to run it, we do because we operate as a same. So we type BBP in the binary, and then we BCD input on file versus machine of BCD input output. Verb underscore TV the destination of B24. Finish core 3000. Yeah, but like I said, that's a success. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Yes. Second success. Celebration, bro. Celebration. Celebration, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. GDK 11 dollars, GDK, and US. That's it, okay. Let's go view this. Everything is on the file, okay. So, what's going on here? Let's do import, append. There we go. Attaboy. Here we are. Yes! 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 We append these two as well. So, remove. Okay. Replace. We don't go and replace these two. I don't know if we should be doing that. We'll be doing that. These two are fine. Okay. It's based. Thanks, Rome. The first two. What is she doing with them? No. What was it? Wait. Does that go by itself? It doesn't go by itself, that's good. Okay, mission success. So this looks like square wave, by the way. So no. This one looks cool. footage. Hmm. Six 47, alright, fair. Yeah, I could put an FPGA in a real hardware. Okay. I might leave it there, I might continue. I don't know if I want to do this off stream. I can always do myself anyways, right? I mean, call myself off of the stream, so. Oh, boy. No proof. No. Wow. Good spaces here. I feel like this looks punctuated. Okay. Or inside it actually. Oh, wait, look at this. Okay. Hmm. Documents. Only go through it though. Single wire to a vector to the bus. Near center. Zero. So properly review these and so hyped, dude. Okay, so module is called inverter 8-bit and both wire very long basically applies an operation where sine wire plus 7 and 8-bit wire input plus 6. Wow. And 8-bit wire input plus oh. Subset right, and 8-bit test switch. And then the hexagon switch goes completion for size by hexagon. Okay, do the front of the 8-bit test switch up here. Yeah. This probably here. With this time scale with the next one PS. Module will go to 8-bit test bench. This bench reads this switch. Save. Okay, let's go compile this. Step 8, compile and verify running completion commands in terminal. Let's do it here. Okay. So we're gonna pen this and set this. And then set. And big this. Seems to be the same in both times. Look at this. It's just square wave. So This is what we got over here. It's cool. This for the I don't know what it wants me to go do this. This is like all the cool plus sign, plus exclusive. Okay. Plus next sign is change from the destiny. Well, give this a quick passage shot, carry out the syntax of the answer. Multiplexer, yes. No. Wait, this was awesome. One. If selected the zero, available already. So now step 10 and the marks test page. This is properly once the cell equals A and B to contain values in them. Select the cells which back and forth and watch out which result between them. Create a file name box from the line plus Control V. Correct. Okay, I'll read this as well. Read over that. So they're reading it from the website. Oh. Or actually, extend it to next time. So, another from Thomas Web. We go show this to this one. This one. Oh, I'm ready. This. What the f is this? And there we go. I should fix it. Looking at your whole rifle window, decrease looking at your rifle window, decrease looking at your rifle window, decrease the computer balance. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Just focus on us. Just see what Okay. Now the Wow. Hope you still feels Is this like this is okay. Interesting. Beautiful question. What is it, babe? What is shameful? Sequential logic. This is really good. I'm actually getting good at this. Okay. Feeling a bit tired after this. I'm going to be listening to the next one. I'm going to go around the stream and head to bed. I'm going to do tomorrow. So, DFF has finished. Managed to go. Finished. To do this, you must go here, that's it. Nothing else here, it's all done. Okay, let's go compile this. Still 20 compile and run. Update the text log file and execute the compilation commands. Okay. So now we're gonna and insert, and this, and as I left it from over here, so I can do the whole thing, I was kind of do this, so where there's always the edge of the block, I don't know, something like this. Let's see a red thing here, let's just that. So, let's switch like this. Okay. Good job. Good job, kid. How many images I could do? Fuck, that's not. So, any more images, but it is a success. Good job, kid. I'm so proud of you. Okay, I'm gonna end it here, guys, for tonight. You see here, that, and that, see, right here. What is this red thing here? Okay. Yeah, close that. OBS running in the background. Okay, close this one. Close how many? Close. Okay. I am done for tonight. Thank you for your lesson. You put that there. Okay. Whenever you want to jump back into the body console applications, just let me know. Have a fantastic night. Enjoy the rest and talk soon. Cheers, mate. Okay. Capiche. And now to end the night, I'm going to do one more thing, okay? We're going to get F-Zero X for the N64. We're going to play it, and then we're going to do 1 or 2 copies, and then we're going to end the stream, okay? So, yeah, one is still watching. Okay. See this. F-Zero X N64 load. Like that. We're gonna get Burst N64 emulator on Gen 2 Portage. Desktop, yes. This. Okay. So so long, okay. Do that, and then we're gonna go merge this. Give it flags. Okay. We do this. Oh yeah, we can do it here. Okay. Then we go back here. This will merge it here. Merge. Okay, let's see how it works. Merge games. Send this to this, see what's wrong. I keep opening this. I gotta close this again. Close this. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. And then now do I do this here? That works. Okay. Okay. See if this works. actually like this. Okay. Let's make, I think it was screen the file, right? Oh, it's actually right there. Okay. So, do this. Like that. Yeah, like that. Maybe just do both as well. Just in case. How can you print out the term? That's very interesting. I probably want to see statement with that. One's updated. Okay. What's updated on your image? Again. Okay. Does this work? What? How is this not working yet? We were playing a game of whack-a-mole with politics and how many skip packages repeated 4 plus seasons. This time the command line interface package repeated 64 plus records to all directories. Okay. The direct fixed. Run this command line once the console user interface. Stop command is speaking by category. Instead of adding every individual plugin one by one, you can double accept the simple of any particular call about components. Okay. Mental card at the end of the buttons full for selections and scoring or buttons will implement give and manage. Okay. Let's do this. So okay, it's good. Very properly. Oh, does this work? Does this work? Do this again, dude. We're playing whack-a-mole. Let's go back all of them, dude. Let's back all of these like moles. This is DM64 wire. Okay. Does this work? Does this work? Come on, 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 come on. Whack, 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 whack. Come on, dude, come on. That's gonna take forever, dude. It's gonna take forever, dude. Come on, dude, I need it to work. Yes, dude. Yes, finally. Okay, now, man. And we also got now zip, it's called zip this. 64 on the desktop. Okay. Now you can play this with the controller button, you see if you're in any time, you want to really fun, play the game, do 1 or 2 tournaments, do 1 or 2 cups, and we finish our stream for tonight. So, yeah. Whew. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm exhausted. 8 p.m. Okay. What was this? Yeah, look at this now. Full page. Just for 2 diagnostics here. See, it's here. There it is. Okay, that's good. Should I give this open? I already put something here. Okay. What are we gonna watch? The rough show.
I'm sure for a lot of you guys watching this video, this photo right here makes you pretty uncomfortable. To be honest with you guys, it makes me very uncomfortable as well. Many of you guys might be familiar with the topic of this slideshow. A lot of people seem to think that this is completely normal, but another group of people that are probably larger think something very strange is going on here. The first slide here starts off by showing an invitation to a party, and the second image shows a photo at that party with some very creepy get-ups. So for some context, this whole party and get-together here has everything to do with the Rothschilds. If you guys aren't familiar with who they are, they're an extremely powerful and influential family, and they have been so for centuries. So the Rothschilds ended up building their dynasty primarily through the use of banking, at least in the early days, and financing a lot of wars and conflicts, which of course makes a lot of money. Fast forward to the current era, and they are still an extremely wealthy family. There have been quite a few estimates to try to figure out how much their family's net worth is, with some of the higher end ones being $15 trillion, which is absolutely insane.
Is that the GDP of the US?
Needless to say, when wealthy people have this level of money, there's not a lot of things that are off limits, and back in the 60s and 70s, the Rothschilds would consistently throw these lavish parties, and this one was from 1972, the Surrealist Ball. Even though this ball contained a bunch of high-level politicians, celebrities, and people that were extremely dialed in and well-known, there really aren't a whole lot of photos besides a few of the costumes that they wore, and they were very creepy. Thinking about the term Surrealist Ball, the entire purpose of this party was to have an experience that was different from reality. So the outfits were supposed to be very strange, the food courses were also very strange, even down to the invitation, which was written in reverse. Now, because of how secretive this party was, there are a lot of people that do think there's some strange
Marco Rubio? Who is this guy? Batman has a Batman. Who is she? Who's that guy?
symbolism here going on. Specifically, starting with the invitation being in reverse. Usually this is something that you'll see a lot of devil worshippers do, at least according to a lot of the conspiracy theorists here. So that's your first red flag. On top of this, you have people wearing fictitious animal heads, which is also something that is commonly seen in Satanism. And you also have a bunch of symbolism with the all-seeing eye, according to a lot of people. Additionally, a lot of very creepy dolls ended up decorating a lot of the tables here that people were dining at, and a lot of people think that this is a nod towards human sacrifice, though these claims are completely unsupported. So basically, we have two trains of thought. Number one, this was an eccentric way for billionaires and very wealthy people to get together and have a fun party, or number two, a way of sending a message.
This image, dude, why is he why is he ridiculous? Al-Qaeda, America, Israel, Boko Haram, which is an ISIS group in Africa. Whatever this is, MI6, and that's just it's a Russia company. Israel is Jewish bank here. The Jewish symbol in the bank here. Jewish bank.
They're the elite, and they're going to own the world, all the while doing a bunch of secret rituals behind the scenes. In any event, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Drop a comment letting me know what you want to see next. I do have my Patreon links down here in the description as well if you guys want to check that out and help support the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Peace out, bro. Okay, are we done with this? We're still installing this? We're still installing it? Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm gonna go relax. So my TV over here is all I watch is my time for sleep. 9:05. Okay, nothing to do with my phone. No, I just watch YouTube on my phone. Oh, I think you're the rest of my bed. So good, dude. How long is it going to take you to install? Okay, what with this now, it has to be there, because I'm going to get the whole installation right. I don't want this back up and store memory, so I'll take some time. As far as I can, and I'll get some stuff, so it's true. I could actually check how people reacted to my new video on Discord. Actually, like, let me go check. Let's have a look. 100%. No reply here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, actually, I could show my new video. Imagine me reacting to a video I uploaded earlier today. We could do that. I mean, I don't think I'm breaking any rules, so I guess I can do that actually. Show my own video, so, you know, it's good. Reacting to your own videos, you're not breaking the rules, so I can actually do that. Look at this thumbnail, okay. So this is a video I was made. Do you know every organism in the planet runs off electricity? Yes. As it is in the same kind of electricity from your wall socket in our wall socket PC. It is bioelectricity. Now, what is bioelectricity? Bioelectricity is a type of naturally generated, created and managed electricity, an electrical current by an organism used as a side management entanglement coupling with our organism's chemical processes, which is why organisms, including animals like humans, are called electrochemical things, unlike the electromechanical machines of robots and other semiconductor, electronic, and electrical devices, and the plants and components. I like putting those together. What is bioelectricity used for in organisms? Bioelectricity is used for vital management and transmission of vitals and signals in organisms, for example, animals like humans, cats, and animals. Bioelectricity is for beating, controlling the beating heart, controlling the nerves in the heart, increasing to minute, and by powering and sending signals to your brain for management and managing it. It is also used to power our lungs. How is bioelectricity in organisms generated? As we've said on how organisms are electrochemical things, they generate electricity and electrical current from chemical reactions, processes, changes, and phenomena. And how that's done in animals, in an extremely simplified model, is, for example, when we eat food, chemical reactions occur from it and happen in our body, and from its chemical reactions and changes, it causes the atoms in it and around it to lose and gain electrons, becoming electrically charged. And once these atoms move, they become electricity, which move around your body, especially your nervous system. So, and once these atoms bond here, cyanic bond, Na to Na plus, Ci to Ci minus, and chemical reaction move, they become electricity, which move around your body, especially your nervous system, which is like wires in the PC bus and equivalent to electrical power, and signal. We go back to what's this? So, see here. This is one of those conducting current. B, positive and negative ions fixed into a solid do not conduct current. 2 plus electron, 2 minus electron. C, in solution, positive and negative ions move and conduct current. Yeah, makes sense. The nervous system, which is like wires in the PC bus and equivalent to electrical power, and signal, and send signals to your heart, lungs, and brain, etc. What is electricity? Electricity is the movement of electric charge, and it is done in two different ways. One by the movement of electrically charged atoms, which we call ions or ionic atoms, and the movement of electrically charged electrons, which occur in electrical and wise. Thank you very much. Electricity is a flow of electrons around a circuit. See battery, lamp, electron, lamp, electron flow. It's really cool. Which occur in electrical and wise. You see this goes opposite, and it's really cool. Yes, thank you very much for watching. Well, go back here. So like, how can you put that correction? I forgot to say it here. Through metallic substances, not just any wire. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah. So wire. The charges are most often electrons, but they could be anything with an electric charge like protons, ions, even protons. That's really cool. Electric current is a measure of the amount of charge or the number of charge particles in passive point for any time. Thank you very much for watching. We're still freaking installing this. I'm gonna play with this stream for my pencil. still installing this thing? Oh, almost done. Dev Python Okay, we're doing it. We're installing this. Almost done with this. Just one more to go after this, and we're done. Okay. So installing that using switching the Python module for that. Let's go. This is so emulator now. Let's go. So it's in 17, and we are done. I'm running here. Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's get the games here. The test manager. Okay. Open ROM. The 64 is a file. I don't see anything. Why am I not able to do anything here? Right, what's going on here? Dude. What's going on here? Okay, 64py doesn't display. If you are using global flags, local flags position is good for you. Okay. Well, I mean, I want to use a C++ one, it's much faster anyways. But I mean, that's the best thing we have. It's not on hold correctly. It's not on hold correctly. Opening starting. Okay. Let's get this working. What's going on here? Oh, I know why this isn't working. I'm gonna put a there are no double quotes. Let's go. Whoa. Whoa, what the wrong is animation? This fast forward is going to crashes eventually. I don't understand. Okay. No, let's do this again. Actually, I don't want to get full screen. Okay, let's do this. Guys, we're gonna begin gaming now. Let's see. Ooh, I made a mistake here. I'm just gonna scoop this up. Scoop this up. Okay, no, I don't, yeah, the joystick doesn't work. Let's see if the joystick works first of all, so. Like this, like again. Oh, what? Okay. Wait, what is going on? What is, oh, okay. I just closed it, bro. What the hell? Why did I close it for? Let's do this again. Okay. Open jail, let's go. Oh shit. So don't worry, watching some content. Oh, it's good. I really want to focus on the games. I want to, yeah. So, maybe some things, like some things like needs to be helped out. I think he's not mind to this to like that's what it is. There's no people that say that to you. I don't think we can get a consideration, you know? But, yeah, it's just a community. Why not it's Is that okay? Is it even cooler than the... With power! Oh, wait. What is he? They're just extra. I keep on closing this. I keep closing this to just press this guy. Stop closing a fucking game. Maybe it's
Too bad. You lost your machine. Got Earth power! Right on left! Watch your back! Watch your back! Watch your back! Watch your back! Finish!
Okay, that's enough. Mid-city, that's how we do next time.
You got Earth power! your back! Finish!
Such a two ways. Oh, maybe. We need to change Too bad. You lost your machine. 3, 2, 1. Watch your back! Yeah! Go final lap! Next map. Big map. Where's the next one? That's not like 2.
Too bad. You lost your
Let's get this open. Come on.
3, 2, 1. You got most power.
Give us a little quick here.
You got most power. Too bad. You lost your machine. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Why did I quit that? Why did I quit that? Fucking hell, man. Oh. I feel like just manually go over to there. I don't know what to do. What time is it? 5:25. Oh, we can always try and go over it one more time, I guess. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you're doing good.
Too bad.
You know what? You should breathe.
3, 2, 1.
Even better. You'll have yourself a
Got
tree.
pulse power.
Your cool power.
Yeah! Go final lap.
You need to do damage up here. Actually. That's the one he's saving it for. It's slowly for the functions or depending on what do we call it? Pick up the function. Sergio's movie. Let's just see how that's feature.
Too bad. You lost the machine. Too bad. You lost the machine. Too bad. You lost the machine. Watch your back! You got full power! Yeah! Go final lap! Watch your back! Finish!
Top down. We'll talk about the World Cup is really I don't know. There's
You got full power! Yeah! Fight on fire! Watch your back! Finish!
Okay. Good place. Keep the place in. That was fourth into the right. Yeah, really good. Show this animation too. Let's go!
Got boost power! Yeah! Fight on fire!
Almost there. Move that quick in number 2. Did you do number 3 then? We just went through that number 2. Ooh. Just pump it. That's it. No, that's not bad. That's good. Big blue, okay. You look perfect balance actually there. Soft? I really pay attention. Go! Smash Bros. This is actually this big win Smash Bros. I'm gonna call it
You got boost power! Yeah! Fight on fire!
Good enough. Forma que let's go. After this couple of minutes, the main stream. Okay, guys. Watch this stuff. Let's hit the scenes and we'll watch it. It's really cool, right? It's really cool. Okay guys, this Thanks for playing. Thanks, dude. Thanks for playing. Okay, got me. Okay. Good. Okay. Just do it by itself. Okay. Okay, so that is the end of the stream. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the future. Again, once again. It's Hyperx Plays. Peace out. Okay, smooth. Dismiss.